So now you know how to include other libraries. Good job. But now it's time to get into another library. One that I use not too many times, but it can come in handy. Include string. There we go. And what this string does is it gives you a whole bunch of functions to use. So let's get started with this. We can now make a string variable, and again, a string variable is some text. So hi. Let's just put hi for now. Now I have about 7 functions that I want to show you in this video, and then maybe a few more functions in the next one. So the first function we want to use is the at. Is the at. So what this will do is if we have string of, this is what the at func does. Func is basically function in short term. We can say cout, print to the console, x.at, and we want to put the ID of this at. So let's just put 10. And then let me just actually embed that. Local Windows, start a local Windows debugger. And if you're now to calculate the at function, we must start from counting from here and then start counting up to 10 and including the spaces. So if you think so, pause the video and see if you think what will return. Well, it will show. Alright, so if you guessed T, you are incorrect. It is actually going to show A. Why is this? It starts, well, programs are weird. They start counting from 0, so this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, hold on. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. It's actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you thought it was going to start and get the return H or T, you are incorrect. So it actually starts from 0, so you get that in your mind quickly. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In fact, let's actually make a quick for loop. String.length. But no, that doesn't work. I'm trying to find 31. There's obviously better ways to do this, but this is the best I can do. Okay? We can cout x.at I. No. Now let's see what we get. So we get, this is what the at func does. Yeah. And apparently I got an exception for some reason. Whatever. Okay, I just need to show you that. So you can see, that's how it works. The x.at I is going to work like that. So it finds the value, takes the value of what you put in, and then finds it in the function. I think it's because it's this one above. Yeah. does. Yep. Yep. You see. Now, the next function I want to go through is the get line. So long as if we actually don't have anything in string X, it's just an empty string. And then we attempt to see out X. But we also want to have the value, yeah. But we don't want to manually code in something. We want the user to be able to code in something. So what do we do? If we wanted the user to put in something, we use getLine cin, or a method of getting the line in, and then your X, the one that you want to get it from. So now if we run this, we get an empty prompt. And now if I can type, this is how getLine works. This is how getLine works. Now you might be asking, but Alex, what is the difference if I were to use cin for the value strings? Why can't I just do that? And yes, it can work sometimes. So if I were to make a value called y and then have it print as well, you can, I'll show you the difference. This is getLine. This is space. This is cin. This is space. There's your difference right there. So getLine will also count in the spaces. Cin doesn't count in spaces and will cut off anything after the space. So there's your difference. So it's best. So if you're going to have the user put in a string, it's best to use getLine. So yeah, that was a simple one. The next one we're going to actually cover is a little bit harder, but not too hard. It's the, well, actually, it's not too bad. It's the substr, or substring, whatever. Substring. So, substring, we want to say, we want to just get one bit. So let's say we have skateboarding is dangerous and can cause injuries if you're not careful. If I just click that long text thing and then print it to the console, it's going to take up a lot of space. So let's say I just wanted to print dangerous. This one. I would use x.substr thing, and now we have to place the ID 1, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now we want to take all of these letters, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll explain why we did that. But first off, let me check if this works. Yes. Dangerous. How did this work? This is the ID of where we want to start. So we're starting as D is ID 17. 9 is how many times we want to go this way. However, the weird thing is, if we start, is it doesn't start counting here. So this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is actually going to start counting from here. So this is 1. So it actually counts the letter that you start at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The reason for this? Putting in 8. Just to prove that this is true. Dangerous. We want dangerous. So we put in the extra 9. Dangerous. So that's what the substr does. Our next one is the swap function. Yep, swap. String y equals log. Whatever. Let's say games study. Just because. let's actually then print X and print Y. Next, we want to use this. Next, let's say we want to reverse this. So we want study to equal the X to equal study and Y to equal games. So we use the x.swap function and swap it with Y. Okay. So here's what happens. This is the first one, games and study, and then we have this is actually X, and this is actually Y. So you can see it just swapped. Now you might be saying, but why can't I just do this and then do this? I'll tell you why. Because now both of them are study. If you wanted to not use swap for some weird reason, I don't know why, but if you're trying to swap some integers, then this might actually be, you have to do this. You'll have to make a new int z equals x, x equals y, y equals z. So you just did 3 lines of code, and look, this is actually supposed to be a string. You actually just did 3 lines of code when you could just do it in 1. Same results. But you could do it in 1. So that's why I use x.swap. Wow. Works fabulously. See? One line. So the next function we're going to use is find. Find is going to find stuff in the code. So if I say the idea of playing game is to have fun, not the idea of, I know this is bad grammar, but I just need an example of screaming. Hopefully not there screaming. Okay. So let's say I wanted to find off. The first off that comes. So how would I do this? Let's say that I want to do this. We use x.find, like find, and then we put in, instead of an ID, the string that we want to find. So it'd be off 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's where it starts. That's the ID. And then if I attempt to then use the x.substr of 9 of the x.find, if we attempt to do x.substr of x.find and put 2, what will end up happening is it'll give me 9 off. So you can see we can actually combine these string functions. Useful, isn't it? Very useful, in fact, in my eyes. But what if we actually don't want this off, we want to get the file off? We use R. And I'll just put it there as well. rfind. You'll notice that instead of being given, there we go. Instead of being given 55, instead of being given 9, we got 55 and still got off. So yeah, that's useful. The final string I want to show you is replace. So let's keep this because I think it's a good example. Let's see what if I want to replace this. So let's actually quickly try replace 9. Substring 9 2. Substring 9 2. So what will end up happening now is it's just going to print off twice. But what if I wanted to replace off, the first off with in? the idea in playing games. Yeah, idea in. So we wanted to put in x.replace. The first thing we need to do is do a substring, like we would do a substring. So it would be 9, 2. The ID and how many spaces. So this is 1, 2, 9, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get it? Good. 9, 2. Then we want to put in what we want to replace it with. So in this case, in. Now we'll end up happening of in. You see? And we get and we use the same substring. And then, if we were to actually print out the entirety of it after it's gone to change, you can see the idea in playing games in reality it was before off. The idea in playing games is to have fun, not the idea of screaming. Yeah. Useful, isn't it? Those are the 7 functions I wanted to show you. Now, there are a few more, but I might do that in a separate video, because this one's getting too long. So subscribe to me if you want to see more coding videos, or if you're into gaming videos, I have those too. If you like this coding video, or it helped you out, press the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.